I really try to share my enthusiasm for reading in particular with my students and for writing. I think that's an integral part of bringing middle school readers into reading. So often they've fallen out of love with it. It's boring, it's schoolwork, and they have to know that this is something I do in my free time voluntarily as an adult. So we do a lot of that, a lot of book commercials, lots of book sharing, lots of excitement, piles on their desk. Here's some you might want to look at, which is great, gets them really excited. Some of the other strategies I use in the classroom is giving them time for reading, that we build our stamina, our reading stamina, just like athletes who run a marathon. We have to take time we start with 5 minutes and we talk about where our mind goes when we read, and we'll stretch that to 10 and 15 and 20 minutes over the course of a few weeks. And you know you've got them when you've hit 10 minutes and okay, time to put your books down and stretch, and they say, no, can we keep going? That's when I know I'm good, I've hit that point. And we do the same thing with writing. We write for 5 minutes and then 10 and then 20, so they build up that muscle memory. Really, it's just like any other sport. So those are kind of the fundamentals for my classroom. And then, of course, I work on targeting that time that we spent reading and writing, what skill we're going to focus on that day, what strategy I'm teaching them. If we're focusing on how setting applies to the book, then we'll talk about setting first, and different ways that authors use that and why they choose that. And then we might ask questions about it at the end. If we're focusing on asking questions as we read, I'll bring in a book with lots of Post-its and model how I've asked questions as I read. If working on predictions, I'll show how I've made predictions through a book. I use lots of picture books to teach mini lessons, modeling what writers do, and how we can mimic that, how they vary their sentences, things like that.